Well, this stretch of cold could be the longest lasting one since 2018. And in today's Ask the Meteorologist segment, Chris Michael shows us the two global patterns that will have us feeling cold for quite some time now.
Of course, it's January. Of course, it gets cold, but this is a pretty prolonged cold spell, and it's because of two key global patterns that we're tracking, one of which is in the North Atlantic. The other is more toward the Pacific and the Pacific Northwest. So let's break these two down. They each go through different phases. The North Atlantic is between two different features, one in Iceland and one near the Azores Islands. So once it's in a positive phase, the wind between the two is stronger, meaning the colder air is locked up north. Meanwhile, if it's in its negative phase, the air between the two is a little weaker and the cold air oozes down south. So right now we're in a negative phase of that NAO. As far as the Pacific North America pattern, the pressure pattern between high pressure over us and low pressure in other parts of the world is such that the jet stream is enhanced, means there's more of an active storm pattern across the southern U.S., so that is in a positive phase. So whether it's negative or positive doesn't matter. These two patterns are acting in such a way that favors colder and more active weather in the eastern U.S. It has for the past 2 weekends and potentially for the upcoming weekend. It's not just us saying it. It's NOAA's Climate Prediction Center that also has this area lined with the potential for some snow. It's too soon for numbers, but it's a pattern we'll watch over the next few days.
So it's very clear from what Chris is saying, we have that cold stress that's going to be here for a while, which is why you look at this downtown camera in Raleigh and I think, lies, deceptive sunshine. It's still cold outside, Elizabeth.
It is. Our temperature is sitting right around 30-31 in the triangle right now. But you can see, I mean, I think people were so cooped up over the weekend and even yesterday that everybody's back at work. The kids are not back at school, but you can see plenty of people here as we take a look from our Jimmy V camera. This is Fayetteville Street. So yeah, people are out and about even though it is 31 degrees. We have a southwest wind at 11, and that is really bumping up our wind chill, so it feels really cold out there. Our temperature is likely to climb into the upper 30s for highs this afternoon. A little breezy out right now. We're looking at the potential for winds to be gusting at about 15 to 20 miles per hour, and then it begins to die down somewhat after sunset. This is a look at the wind chill. It feels like 22 in Durham and Raleigh, 21 in Goldsboro. It feels like 20 up near the Virginia line, and 22 in Rocky Mount. So it is just very cold for us out there. Hour by hour wind chill as we get through the day today. Again, this afternoon, it's just going to feel like 30, 31. And then once people come home from work, it's going to feel more like mid-20s again. We're not going to see quite as cold a wind chill overnight as we did last night, but it could still feel like the teens to low 20s. So just be ready for it. So what's all this wind chill that we talk about? Well, I never really thought about it before, but the way this works is you have your skin, of course, emitting heat all the time, radiating heat, and it just sits in a little layer like above your skin. When the wind blows across your hand or across your face or wherever it blows, it removes that layer of warmth that insulates you, so it feels colder than it actually is. And of course, we definitely are seeing breezy enough conditions to feel cold. 32 is our normal low. We'll be at around 20 for tomorrow morning and Thursday morning, and then we're into the teens Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we have plenty of cold air that will be in place for the weekend. So how many mornings do we normally see in the teens over a winter? So far this winter, we've seen 5, and we have at least 3 more in the 7-day forecast. And in the last 5 years, we only average 3. In the last 75 years, we averaged 10. So you can see how we've really started to warm things up, but not so much this winter. 52 is our normal high, and we'll be seeing highs in the 30s all the way through Friday, and then we could be below freezing on Saturday and possibly Sunday as well. We take a look down the road. We're looking at a possibility of wintry weather Saturday and Sunday. I'll tell you, the latest runs of the computer models have really been flip-flopping in the last say 24 hours or so. One of the models will move the precipitation offshore and the other one will move it in, and then they change that. So we just don't know how much yet. We don't even know if we'll have any precipitation, but we do have the potential set up for it. So we have the possibility of some measurable snow, but you know, this time last week we had the possibility of some measurable snow, and it mostly ended up as sleet and freezing rain. So we're going to continue to talk about this. We'll take a closer look at what the 3 scenarios often are with this particular setup and what that could bring us.